So, why'd you move here?
My mom had to get a restraining order against my stepdad. He has emotional problems.
Oh, I have those too. What kind of emotional problems does your dad have? I met a new friend.
Real or imaginary?
Wake up, Donnie.
Imaginary.
I'm gonna tell you a little story today about a young man whose life was completely destroyed by these instruments of fear.
I've been seeing stuff.
Donnie is experiencing what is commonly called a daylight hallucination.
I have to obey him. He saved my life.
Have you ever seen a portal?
Has he ever told you about his friend Frank, the giant bunny rabbit?
The what?
Like every living thing follows along set path. And if you could see your path or channel, then you could see into the future, right?
I'm not going to be able to continue this conversation.
Don't worry. You got away with it.
What is going to happen?
I only have a few days left before they catch me. When's this gonna stop?
You should already know that.
This explanation is written assuming that you've seen the film, so please, if you haven't seen the film, don't watch this. Dreams. Even though the last 28 days never actually happened, some of the manipulated will be haunted in their dreams by the experiences within the Tangi universe. There are bits of evidence to prove this. Frank touching his eye in the final montage where he got shot by Donnie, and Gretchen waving to Donnie's mom proves that some of the characters have knowledge of what happened within the last world. We see Jim Cunningham crying in the montage as he wakes up, clearly disgusted with himself. 10 days later, he clears out his child pornography dungeon and shoots himself on the 14th hole of the golf course. His dirty secret is never revealed. We don't actually see him shooting himself on the 14th hole of the golf course, but this information is known through the website, which told us some of the events that happened after the movie. Final remarks. Many people assume that Donnie has to die, otherwise the Tangi universe would start over again. From a scientific point of view, Donnie's death is not relevant at all. The corruption is already fixed before he dies. If he got up and avoided death, then nothing would change. The philosophy of time travel tells us that the previous receivers who died after the artifact was returned, but we only hear about them because their death defies logic. Any receivers who escaped death would go completely unnoticed. It is almost certain that Roberta Sparrow was a living receiver in the previous Tangi universe, and that is how she came to write the philosophy of time travel. She survived her experience, proving that the receiver doesn't always have to die. The film does blend science and religion together, so his death may emphasize him as a savior and his belief in God. In death, Donnie's role as the living receiver seems even greater than before. Other common questions concern the artifact Donnie sends through the portal at the end of the movie. Many people ask why the primary universe is not in danger now that it has a duplicate object with it. It seems to be the case that the issue of the duplicate objects is only a concern once the universe they're within starts going through the collapsing process. The primary universe is a stable, linear timeline that never goes through any collapsing process, so therefore it is never in any danger from duplicate objects. As stated above, the artifact is not the cause of the Tangi universe, it is just a byproduct of it. This is why there is no danger of another Tangi universe starting up once Donnie sends his artifact through the portal at the end of the movie. Now, I feel like the theatrical version can leave a viewer in complete and absolute befuddlement. The director's cut wants to take it easy on the audience, so it throws in some exposition in the form from Roberta Sparrow's The Philosophy of Time Travel. These pages, when considered, explain most of the plot problems in the film. They explain that there's a primary universe, but sometimes if that universe is disrupted, and thus we get a Tangi universe, the Tangi universe is unstable. If it's not corrected in 28 days, then it collapses, creating a dimensional paradox that could destroy the primary universe. 99.99% of Donnie Darko takes place in this tangent universe, like I said before. The main debate is that most Donnie Darko fans have is whether or not the very beginning of the movie where Donnie wakes up on the mountain trail is part of the tangent universe or the primary universe. Other than that, the only part in the primary universe is the very end, from where Donnie's laughing in the bed and the airplane ending crushes him to the final frame of the movie. Fun fact, on YouTube you can see footage that was supposedly very rare of Donnie Darko's actual death in the primary universe. Just thought it was kind of interesting to put. Let's get back to it. The shortest explanation of Donnie Darko's ending is this. Donnie was the hero chosen to correct the tangent universe and prevent the collapse of the primary universe. He's able to do so. Then we have three ways to interpret the ending of the movie when he stays in the room. He chooses to die by not leaving his bedroom, even though he knows the plane engine is about to land there. He suffered a complete psychotic break, so he can't leave his bedroom, even if he wanted to. Or, the Donnie in the primary universe is completely unaware of what's about to happen and got crushed. There is no clear answer, as it's not portrayed as a clear answer in both the theatrical and the director cut of the movie.